Hello teacher, how are you? Today I'm going to talk about the code program that we used on our LCD activity. Well, as you can see, here we put our first line code that is an include. Why an include? Because we like a firstly thing that we need to make on our code is declare the library that we are going to use. In this case, we use the PIC 18F4550.h. Here we put the fuses. The fuses is the configuration of fusible of oscillator. In this case, we used XT, no DT, no protect, and brownout. But what is the meaning of these ones? Well, XT is the selection of an oscillation extern of middle frequency. The no DT is it indicates the watchdog timer. No protect, the code is protected by an lecture extern. Brownout, it protects the or peak of voltage fall. Here also we need to declare the delay or the time that our peak is gonna function. In this case, we put 4 million hertz. And finally, of this part of the code, we put another library. In this case, the other library that we used is the LCD point C. The point C is important because with the point C we declare the LCD, and LCD is gonna work with this point C. And in this part of the code of program, we say what things needs to do the PIC, or in this case the LCD. What is the action what needs to make the LCD? Firstly, we put the int LCD int. With this line of code, we initialization the PIC. On the second line, we can find the LCD gotoc-C. What is the meaning of gotoc-C? Gotoc-C indicates the position of the message or the print that we put here. In this case, the LCD put C is the print, is the message that we wanna print on the delay. In this case is maestra páseme. This message only gonna appear on the first line of our LCD or on only gonna appear on the first line of the delay. Sorry, display. And finally, we finalize the code with while true. The while true is the cycle while that makes that our program works. And we finally with the corchete. That is all, teacher.
One of the most common errors is not using a potentiometer or poor calibration of the screen contrast showing an unclear or at most invisible message. And another error is also that the breadboard might have a false contact, or the cables might not be connected correctly. In this case, this cable is connected, but the protoboard can provocate a false contact and a bad function of the LCD, of a function of the circuit. And it may also happen that we are not supplying the correct voltage to our circuit, and this can cause inefficient operation of the device using addition. For example, in this case, we have connected to 3.3 volts. Now we have 5 volts. In addition, the use of an anti-static bracelet is also recommended to avoid damage with an electrostatic chair. Well, in this practice we use a PIC 18F4515 and a 16 multiplied 2 LCD display, some cables, and a 10k ohms potentiometer. The PIC is powered by these cables, we can see. And to communicate these messages, we use pins D0, D1, D2, D4, D5, D6, and D7 to communicate in with the LCD. Where the potentiometer is responsible for adjusting the contrast of what is shown on the screen in order to display the measures past mi teacher. In Spanish, maestra, pásame. We can see. Yeah. We can see the measures.
Hello, this is our code. This is the code for the LCD with 2 lines, and we got here the include that put the library of the PIC that we are using. In this case is this. Then we have the fuses. This is for the configuration for the PIC, and then because we configure the PIC, we have to use this clock. The last is this include that is the library for the LCD, and then we have this both main that at the beginning we start the LCD with this line. Then we got this line that is from to possession the information that we want to show in the display. In this case, the first digit is for the row and the second digit is for the column. And then we have this output, and we write the information that we want to show. And then for the second line we got the first row, and then we got the 2 that is for the second column. And then we want the output, and in the output we want to show the message cruise. And then for the last we have this while room that is for the infinite loop.
I will explain the connection of the code to use 2 lines, which is practically the same as the first one. First, the PIC must be powered with the pins 11, 12, 31 and 32, where 32 and 11 go to positive. After of this, LCD needs to be connected with a ground and 5 voltage. And the second one are the RS, RW and E. They must be connected to the pins from the microcontroller D0, D1 and D2. After, we need to connect the pin D4, D5, D6 and D7 with the respective pins from the microcontroller. Obviously connected a cathode and anode to the current and, well, to the voltage and ground. Finally, we have the pin B0 that is from the LCD. This is important because it needs to be connected with a potentiometer. Well, here we connected to the voltage, but you can see the letters because it is not connected to the potentiometer. This is connected here, and here we call see the two lines. If we increment, we can see the good form, the letters. And if we put the potentiometer in a little bit intensity, we couldn't see them.